Let's shine by seeing the best in all of us and by treating you here, right in your hometown. Let's look out for each other. Let's stay healthy. Let's shine together.
Hi, I'm Sherry Harlan, program host for Let's Talk Together. And today we will be discussing Healthy Aging Month. And my guests today are Shannon Fanning, as well as Dr. Wegg from our Winchester office. And Shannon is our Director of Post-Acute and Community Services. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
And I'll start with you, Shannon. How long have you been at Reed and how did you come to Reed?
Well, I've been at Reed a little over 18 years, started in 2005, and I came right after I graduated high school and went through a CNA class through my high school and felt that Reed was a great opportunity for me and aligned very well with my values and things like that.
So, and thank you. And Dr. Wegg?
I've been a primary care provider in Randolph County for about 29 years, but I joined Reed in 2014. Happy to be here, felt very at home.
So explain to me, what is Healthy Aging Month?
Did you want to take that, Sherry?
Well, Healthy Aging Month is looking at looking at all of the resources within our community, anything that we provide our patients to keep them healthy, keep them hopefully within their home, promote their health. You know, we want to strive for them to get annual wellness visits, to promote healthy aging, keep them in their home, keep them in the community. That's what it means to me.
And Dr. Wegg, what are some of the things that you emphasize to your adult patients as they age so they'll remain in good health?
Well, there are really just three pillars that influence your health as an aging person. That's diet, exercise, and sleep. I mean, your whole all of what you are is more influenced by those factors than anything else you can do. When we talk about medications and treatments, there is nothing that is as impactful to your health as proper diet, exercise, and sleep.
And in the diet plan, what are some of the things they should monitor?
Well, the first thing what I tell my patients right from the get-go is learn how to shop on the outside of the grocery store. Stay out of the aisles. On the outside of this grocery store, you'll find everything you need to eat a healthy whole foods diet. By whole foods, we mean food that hasn't been processed, hasn't been partially had undesirable amounts removed because it formed too much fiber or it just looks funny or whatever. That micronutrient that you need is in the whole food. The potato peel is far more important than the potato. The whole husk of the wheat kernel is far more important than the actual nugget of flour in the center. So we want to shop on the outside of the store. We want to stay away from the highly purified and concentrated calories.
And Reed has a Choose Well at Home program. Can you tell me about that program?
We're really proud of that program. Fundamentally, it started off in the Population Health Committee. We were discussing a study that was done that showed that the diet of individuals was the single biggest predictor of readmission to hospital after major illness. And so we looked at our community and said, how can we change that? How can we make an impact on that? And when I was sending patients home at that time, it was basically a roll of the dice whether they were going to get adequate nutrition, proper nutrition, whether it was even available to them. We talked to the dietary department, and they got together with the foundation, and they've come up with a great solution. I think we have over 30 entrees which are available for people, all color categorized in a beautiful menu as to whether they're low salt or low fat or whatever they need for their particular healing process, and all available at a very reasonable price. And there's charity care as well for people that can't afford even that. Delivered to your door once a week. Tremendous program. I'm ecstatic about it.
And so do you have to have a referral from your physician?
Generally speaking, the way it works in my office, and I don't know about every office, but we have a position in our office called the chronic care manager. And what I do in that situation is I recognize that that's not their only problem. If we have a chronic disease and we have nutritional issues, we have other issues as well. So I refer to the chronic care manager, and the chronic care manager looks after all of that.
Okay. And the other thing you said, fitness. And do you recommend some of the fitness programs?
Well,
Or refer them?
fitness is interesting because it changes as we age. I fundamentally, I started off life as a runner. I started running when I was maybe 9. And I've been running ever since, and I thought I was in tremendous shape, except I found out I wasn't as I aged. I felt like when I'd trip over something, I'd fall like a sack of potatoes. I'd end up bruised. I'd have trouble getting up. It was, I really, had my eye open when I injured my back running, and I finally said, I can't continue on with this. And I started looking around at what's important as we age. And it turned out that I was not in huge risk of being chased by a bear in the mountains, so I didn't feel that running was a huge impact on me. And what I looked at is what is it in my patients that I see ends up with debility, ends up in nursing homes? What causes that? And it came down to the fact that as we age, what we lose is our core strength. We don't particularly need as much cardio capability as we needed when we're younger. We don't move as much, but we lose core strength. And the old story of help me, I've fallen, I can't get up, that's core strength right there. And so I changed my emphasis. As people age now, I counsel them on the importance of the core strength. I also counsel them on the importance of range of motion and flexibility, because that's another thing we lose as we age. We don't realize how stiff we're getting until all of a sudden we can't get our hands up to comb our hair, which is not a problem for me, obviously, but for the more blessed in the society, it is. So we want to maintain flexibility. And so core strength and flexibility becomes much more important as we age than that old cardiovascular workout that everybody thinks of in the younger group.
And we have the medical fitness programs at Reed.
Absolutely, and it's going to expand. We have it right now located up on the orthopedic center, but I think it's moving down on Industry Road, and we've got a big facility there that's developing, and it's going to be, really a great facility. I'm looking forward to being able to just refer my patients there. We'll have coaches there that will help them through, various injuries, but also coaches that will just help your average individual who wants to look at himself or herself and say, what can I do to be a little better? What can I do to prevent that help me, I can't get up syndrome? Because, in my practice, I think I have more patients in nursing homes because of that one problem.
And the other thing is sleep.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the science on sleep is really fascinating. It's changed a lot. It used to be, you know, when I first started medicine, which was a long time ago, when we first started medicine, sleep was regarded as, well, that's how you rest up and that's how you get charged up for the next day. But that was all that was really known about it. But what we now know is that in sleep, your brain is a unique organ in your body. All other organs in your body, as they generate waste in the process of metabolism, that waste is cleared as it goes. So that it's like there's this, it's like a parade. You know, the old-fashioned parade with the little guy sweeping up after the horses at the end of the parade. That was that's how the rest of your organs in your body work. They clear as they go. But the brain, it saves that waste all day long, and it's not cleared until you're sleeping. And the brain actually physiologically changes in sleep, channels open up, allowing your cerebrospinal fluid to flush through your brain and flush all the waste products out. If you don't get proper sleep, your brain is not getting flushed out. Now, interestingly enough, one of the things that flushes out are those proteins that accumulate in Alzheimer's dementia. We don't know yet how much of the role that plays, but it's, in my mind, something to think about. And the importance of that sleep can't be underestimated. Luckily, we have a way to address that in those patients that we have who are not getting sleep. We do have a sleep center, which I'm currently very closely involved in because I'm auditing a lot of the charts, and it's very thorough.
Okay, well, thank you. And Shannon, so how do you collaborate with the patients so that they remain healthy beyond the hospital?
Yeah, so my department is, it consists of many outpatient care management programs. And so like Dr. Wegg said, we have chronic care managers that are located in all of our primary care offices. And so those patients that have one or two chronic conditions that need just a little extra assistance, it could be resources within the community. Maybe they need a referral for Choose Well, or they're seeking exercise programs. We can provide those with those resources, and they get very close to those chronic care managers. They develop a strong rapport with them. They are very trusting in them. They provide them disease education, resources, and build that relationship with the patient.
Great. And what's the role with providers?
I feel like they have a very good relationship with the providers. The providers seek out the care coordinators when they have patients that are in need of those resources. We're kind of, I would say, the book of resources for all of the areas that we serve. So we serve 8 different counties, and we have a care coordinator in all of those counties that are specialized in those resources. So they are the true go-to person on those resources that are available in those counties.
Okay. Well, I want to thank both of you for joining us today on Let's Talk Together.
Let's shine by seeing the best in all of us and by looking out for everyone's well-being. Let's shine by staying true to ourselves while surging toward the future. Let's shine with the best care possible and by treating you here, right in your hometown. Let's look out for each other. Let's stay healthy. Let's shine together.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Together. Our next guests are from the Reed PACE Center, Krista Gibson and Ashley Werner. Welcome to Let's Talk Together.
Thank you.
Sherry.
And how did both of you come to Reed?
I'll start. It'll be 4 years in January. Actually, I've been in the healthcare field for over 8 years. Started out in the nursing home, and then this opportunity came up at PACE and thought it would be a good fit for me. So.
Okay, and Ashley?
Yeah, Reed reached out to me about 4 years ago and brought me on to direct the PACE Center. I was ready to come back to my hometown, so I came from Indianapolis. So.
And we're very happy to have both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what is the PACE Center and the role it plays in the community?
So PACE is actually an acronym. So it stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. Our goal is to keep folks in their home for as long as possible through supportive services.
And who's eligible to participate at PACE?
You need to be 55 years or older, live in our service area, which is the 6 counties that Reed serves, meet nursing home level of care, which means you need help with your basic daily living activities, and then be able to live safe in the community with the help of PACE. So.
And do you do in the county, let's go back, what counties do you serve? You said there's 6?
Yes, we serve Fayette, Randolph, Union, Franklin, Wayne County, and Henry counties.
Okay. So what happens when a new patient comes to PACE?
We start out with a pre-enrollment assessment in the home. That's
Okay.
where myself, our occupational therapist, and our home care coordinator go to the home just to make sure they're able to live safe in the community with our help, see what we can do to help them to maintain that. Once we finish that pre-enrollment assessment, they start the following first of the month because of insurance purposes. So we're not only their provider medically, we also become their insurer too.
There's a lot of people confuse PACE with an adult daycare. Mm-hmm. Can you explain to our audience the difference?
So we're so much more than that, Sherry. Just a few of the services that we can provide, and it's the interdisciplinary team that ultimately oversees the care and the direction of that care plan so that participants have everything that they need. So they can come to the day center, but we provide meals, therapy, all medications, all primary and specialty care, transportation to and from the center and to and from appointments. Anything that you can possibly imagine to keep them safe at home and have the best quality of life. We're able to do that within the program itself. So.
And it's a wonderful facility. As I've visited to look at some of the actual, like when you say get with occupational health, or I was really intrigued by there's the big room where everybody can engage, or if you need just quiet time to yourself, the separate entities there.
Yes, the personalization that we can provide at the center through those supportive services throughout there is ideal for participants.
So what happens if you don't want to come every day? Do you have to come every day, or?
You don't. So the goal of PACE is to provide care in the most appropriate setting. So if that's in your home, then we provide those services in there. If it's determined that it's in the center, then you can come to the center. Some folks don't come at all to the day center. Some just come for appointments. And then others come up to 5 days a week, depending on their needs.
Could you share a success story with me?
I would say we have a 99-year-old. She'll be 100 August 17th, actually. So we're planning a huge birthday bash for her. But just the fact that she's lost so many family members and she's still here, and she always says PACE is the place. If it wasn't for PACE, she didn't know where she would be. So I think that's a huge success story in itself. So
it's given her a new sense of family,
yes,
sounds like.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And she's staying in her home environment, so at 99.
The other things are, so how does a person become a patient at PACE?
They can call. You don't need a doctor's order. Anyone can call the facility. They can email it. Hospitals, if you're discharged from the hospital and you need that extra help, the discharge planner can get that information over to me, and then we reach out to that person, the participant, potential participant, or family.
And I know there's an entire, can you discuss some of the other parts of the team? I should start with you, Ashley.
Yeah. And Krista, I'll need your support with this because sometimes we forget a lot of folks. But there's members of the team that meet every day, and they're considered the interdisciplinary team. So you're looking at your primary care provider, you've got an RN, your home care coordinator, physical therapy, occupational therapy, master's level social worker, center manager, dietitian. We have a driver who's also included in that, a transportation representative, and then a nursing care assistant as well, who's providing the day-to-day care to them. Recreational coordinating as well. I'm sure we're missing a few folks.
I think that was it, yeah.
But they ultimately make sure that all of the needs are met And they meet every day to make sure that participants have what they need.
So that, and possibly, so if you saw a change in a participant, then that that interdisciplinary team can come up with some
Correct.
That's exactly what happens.
actions for them.
Yeah, if there's a med change or a fall that occurred the night before, we can send a nurse out to assess them or bring them into the center if need be. And then the doctor is always on call on weekends, evenings, holidays, and also a team lead and a nurse too. So,
What's some of their comments from patients' families been?
Yeah. A lot of them wouldn't be able to do this without PACE. So I think it's important that they receive recognition that they're the primary caregiver with the help of the supportive services that we can provide. So they're able to keep them in their homes, spend more time with them, and we can provide some of that respite that they need by bringing them to the day center or providing the home care to them.
So they can often go to the grocery store or whatever.
Yeah.
If a participant is actually at PACE during the day.
Yep. A lot of them have full-time jobs, so they're able to maintain those jobs because
That's
PACE, because PACE is providing services to their loved ones.
The another thing is, so how do you make referrals?
Most of ours come from the community and Reed, the discharge planners. No doctors referral is needed. They can call us at 765-935-8959. Just let them know that they're interested in the program, and then we take it from there.
And another thing is, as people are coming in and as they're engaging in the program, I know, trying to think of some of the activities that they are doing. I just need to expand upon something that could happen. I know at the very beginning when PACE opened, and we had a conference call within the RE team, one of the meetings I was in, and they described what would happen at PACE, and someone suggested, "Oh, this sounds like so much fun. I think I need to be there." So for instance, I know like the arts and crafts room.
Arts and crafts, bingo's obviously very popular. One of the favorite activities during the summertime is our patio. So our participants plant their own garden out there and their own flowers, and so they can eat those strawberries off the vine, and they do that often. So they go out there and enjoy that time together with our staff. It's a pretty neat place out there.
I've actually seen some of the someone had a picture of the strawberries that are actually on the patio.
Yeah, I think a lot of the outings they go to, they're doing a lot of restaurants they're going to. There's a farm that they go to, the Amish store a lot. So they get out and they do a lot of group exercises every morning in the center together with therapy. So there's a lot of activities going on throughout the day.
And there's actually there's actual doctors on site or nursing people on site while they're there.
So we have a full clinical team, and so it's our medical director, Dr. DeSantis, and then our nurse practitioner, Melissa Gallagher, oversee all of that medical care, and they're on site daily. Melissa's there actually 40 hours a week plus to provide support to the participants when they need it. And then we have a group of RNs, LPNs, NCAs, and a medical assistant as well.
So I know that had been a change that people would say, I have to give up my doctor that I knew, but what we're finding successfully is that they become known to or develop a relationship with Dr. DeSantis and Melissa. So then, and it's like a one-stop shop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Correct.
Sometimes that's a barrier because they've established that relationship with their primary care provider. But what we feel the benefits to making that change obviously outweigh that because we have everything right there and it's accessible at any time that they need it. And then you have those especially, Dr. DeSantis and Melissa, specialize in that geriatric care, and they can provide that to them.
What would be something that you would like the community to know that we haven't discussed about PACE?
I would say also that we provide meals and home care in the home. So if someone needed that extra help during the day, showers we can provide in the center. We have 5 shower rooms, or in the home too. But I would say those 2 things we also do with PACE. So
I think for me, it would be that we have an entire team of 35 plus people that are devoted just to this program. So I think that's important for the community to know that they're the experts. We consider all of them experts in their field and what they do. So they're a great resource to anybody who wants to age in place in their own home or in the community.
And that's such a big plus on aging in place, because so many people will say they just shipped me off, and by having, they can still go home at night. It seems to be a huge plus.
yes.
Back on, I'm just really curious on, I know that you said that you meet with them, but what happens if a person decides, I'm not coming for a week or so? Are they put out of the program? How's that work?
No, they can decide they need a respite break or they're going on vacation. That's fine. Everybody's care plan is individualized to fit that person. So if we need to revise that care plan, that's something that the interdisciplinary team can look at. And if they need to decrease those day center days, that care plan can be changed at any time.
So they're just not stuck on
Correct.
in a particular thing.
Right.
Totally off record. What's your favorite PACE meal?
For me, I would say the chicken fajitas are my favorite there. So, yep.
I think mine are the hamburgers.
Yeah.
Our participants love them as well.
So that's always important. So to get to a place, and food is so important to everyone, and so you have, and it's all done on site, correct?
Yes.
Well, we're contracted through Reed, so they provide our meals for the day center, and then we can utilize them for our home delivered meals as well.
And the home delivery, so if a person didn't make it in, is that food delivered, or do they get the bags when they're leaving for the day?
It depends. We do have a couple that take their meals home because it's easier to transport them that way for them. But other than that, the meals are delivered to their home on their front porch. If there's a need for that and it's in the care plan.
Well, great. We want to thank both Ashley and Krista for joining us today on Let's Talk Together.
Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
Let's shine by seeing the best in all of us and by looking out for each other. Let's stay healthy. Let's shine together.